outpouring of love. It was
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I'm Zach Chapman here with ShaggyTV, ready to bring you my portion of the Thursday Night Thunder. We got the pro late models here at the Huset Speedway. Been a pretty good racing so far tonight from what I've seen. I didn't see the caution count race one, but only 3 there in the big blocks and small blocks. My man, Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer, bringing it home. Good run for Dittmer. Yeah, woke him up this morning with an ice cold glass of checkered flag. He probably would have been pretty happy. I don't think he knew he was going to roll in here tonight and win with the big blocks, but that's exactly what he did. Hats off to the man is the barber. Pulling off the racetrack. That's Chase Matsko out there in the 26. Let's see who else we got out here. We got William Watson pulling off the racetrack. We got Dean Reynolds in the 79. We got Mike Brewer in the 390. I always want to just call him the 39 because he's the 39 in the Sunday League. It is 8:30 now, so not too sure when they'll roll this over and kick it off, but they're good to anytime. 8:30 is that kickoff time. We've got to stay aware here, basically, is my point. Be going off on us at any time. Be ready here, and I think we may. Wasn't too bad. I can tell it gets a little louder there on the soundboard. Hopefully not too loud. Let me know if they are too bad. I've got the keys, man, to the castle, as I see Ron saying Shaggy in the chat box. There we go. They finally let me have those keys. Hi, side banger Patrick Spangler. I can look on the YouTube chat now with you guys, so try to chime in a little better. Normally on my end, on my stream stuff, I only see, my personal page chat box. That's why it's kind of harder to keep up with you all. No excuses now. I've got the Coast to Coast YouTube on the computer, so if you got any problems, sound sites, just holler at me, man. Let me know. Just change it up for you, make it a better experience. As we see the broadcaster here, Adam Flieger, rolling that 38 around. Got the pink one this week. I don't believe it's been pink in the past. This may be a new one this week here for the 38. And I hate to do this. But you probably think, well, realistically, do I hate to do it? No. I want it to be a little better. You're going to see how high this green bar is going to be a little higher. Here we go. That's going to help the experience out a little bit, I think. And save my eardrum. Scott Rayome whipping that 444 around. Let's see something here with Scott. Never noticed. Now, here at Huset's, I don't think... I do have a couple zooms there you're going to see. Oh, he's got ShaggyTV on the side of the spoiler. Thank you for that, Scotty. I was trying to see what it says inside the Ford. Oh, it says Slide Job Scotty. Okay, there you go. Got it written out in the Ford. I like that. I didn't know if he wrote... I thought for a second he maybe wrote 44 in there. And I have the big number for it and the word 44, but really dig that. Good looking car here. We got the Ant-Man coming in. I got a feeling that's maybe who we were waiting on here. Let's see here. Do we have anybody else? Brandon Templeton out there on the racetrack. Matt Barber out there. They're the only guys here in Group 1 still out on the racetrack. No, I love you guys. I really do. Heck, that's why I sponsored this thing on Thursday. But it is draft night, and it is 8:30. So we aren't waiting for possibly President Trump or somebody like that to join us here. We should kick this thing off because I have a football and absolutely fiending for this draft. I'm hoping maybe Washington. I'm a Commanders fan, obviously, but I'm hoping maybe we trade down. We did pretty good last year. Got a late first round pick. I'm hoping we maybe trade out, maybe get a first rounder next year, or possibly 2 seconds this year, 2 2s, maybe a 2 and a 3 for it, and then a 2 next year. Gotta hope, man. You gotta build this team. And some of you probably think, oh, Shaggy Wagon Jumper, the Redskins used to be good. Well, they were good in January of 1991. That's when they won the Super Bowl. But I happen to be born June of 1991, and since then, made the playoffs 5 now, I believe, with last season. 5 times since we're in my 34 years of being alive. So it is pretty cool to experience a good team. Definitely a lot different, draft at the end of the first round. Normally we're a lot closer to the top of the draft list, but luckily tonight taking it easy on us. I mean, last season took a little easy on us, let us get in there, and the checkered flag waves, it looks like. And we are going to get ready to roll into qualifying here at the Huset Speedway. 14 cars in the room. Spider Monkey Brandon Dittmer didn't put in a time. Not sure if he's going to be able to race or not. But he did sign up, making it look a little better here for us. Anybody who watches anything with Coast to Coast, you should know by now, if the 31's in the room, he's on the racetrack first. And, of course, he is. Let's watch him here. Lap number 1. Rolls out of 4, takes the green flag. We're going to sit up here on the wall. We're going to watch what he does here, lap 1. We're going to stick with him, though, for both laps. Interesting to see here what the 31 does. So he goes real low there through 3 and 4, takes purple in Sector 2. Didn't have it in Sector 1. Because Brandon Dittmer, my gosh, he didn't even put in a lap. What? I'll tell you, I don't know what he put in his cereal this morning, but the Spider Monkey is absolutely pissing excellence at the moment. Oh, man, and now he wadded up that race car. But look at him at 12.69 at the top of the charts. The Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer. He doesn't race on Thursdays, guys. This is not his night. He comes out here every now and then, and man, he's taking it to him here in the FTM playground it's been at the moment. That is awesome. That is a huge run for the Spider Monkey. I'm almost caught without words. Brandon Dittmer, man. He wasn't even going to race, too, if he's going to be honest with you. After his interview, or before his interview, I popped up in there and waited for the top 3 to get up there, and I showed my face in the Discord. And, I made a rude comment. I said, you guys going to show up here, and are you guys going to bail on me tonight? In other words, a little naughtier. And Dittmer's like, yeah, man, I got about an hour. Screw it. I'll do it. If you're, race ain't done here by X amount of time, he's got to go. But qualifying up front, that may maybe make him put those plans on hold for a little bit. Let's take a look here. Starting lineup, heat race number 1. Rounding out the field, the mayor in the 75, Steve Bixler. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 21 of Blackjack John Tobias. To the inside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row 2 to the outside, the 83 of the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer, your pole winner. And to the inside, the 31 of B-Temp, Brandon Templeton. Row one for heat race number 1, brought to you by ShaggyTV. To the outside, the 23 of Bart William Watson. And starting on the pole, the 32 of the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. Good to see William allowed in here, because I'm telling you right now, I was getting pretty close to sending messages out to campaign to get this guy in here. He is a teammate of mine from about 3 or 4 years ago, hell, maybe longer than that. But it is awesome seeing him with FTM now and having him back here in the Coast to Coast Racing League. Like I say, ran in here way back when, but, well, we were both on a team that we're no longer a part of, obviously, and that maybe came with a little bit of drama, and, well, William was shown the door, but now, with arms wide open, welcomed back in, and he's got 8 laps to play here in the Pro Late Models. What can he do outside of row number 1? Green flag waves, we're underway. Good jump there for the Ant-Man. He's going to have to slide up, maybe shut that door on his teammate. But Bart trying to muscle in there, not going to do it. And I'll tell you what, TV3 got really loud. We may have to turn this down a little bit. My apologies. I didn't account for all the cars. Oh, Anthony! Bit of a hiccup coming out of 2, slides up in front of the 88, and now William trying to look to the outside while your pole winner, Brandon Dittmer, tries to shop there. Gets a little loose out of 2, and Brandon Dittmer going to fall back to 4th here, but William Watson to the lead as they enter in through 1 and 2. Now coming into 3, William with the advantage, needs the run off the top. He's got it. William Watson holding on to the lead. William up top here, coming to 3 to go this time. Brandon Templeton trying to make a move here for P2. What can the 31 do? Trying to make it work down low. Not going to be easy. Can't carry that momentum up the racetrack. And Brandon Templeton, man, just swinging at air here. You feel miserable. Try to get that run, and now he's going to see a side-by-side. What can Anthony Morano do? Slide job. William back into the center, almost 3 wide. Oh, man. Oh, man. White flag wave. Contact between the 31 and the 88. Now, Anthony Morano, he takes advantage. And he breaks home in race number 1, followed by Brandon Templeton, William Watson, Brandon Dittmer, Dean Reynolds, and John DeBias. And I can tell you, I just realized a lot of what my problem is now. I have probably the worst memory known to man, and yep, turned this up last night. Whenever we ran the midgets, because they are very quiet. Now I need to turn it back up on my other end here. We'll probably adjust for a little bit. My apologies. Let's take a look here at the starting grid. Heat race number 2. Inside of row 4, we got the 051 of Putt-Putt Clay Christopherson. Row 3 to the outside, the 444, my homie Scott Rayomi. To the inside, the 38 of Adam Flieger. Row 2 to the top shelf, the 390 of Mike Brewer. To the inside, the 075 of the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. Row 1 for heat race number 2 to the outside, the Barber in the 16, Matt Barber, and starting on the pole, the 26 of Chase Matsko. So I'm so used to doing the 1 and then we go racing here. This iRacing update where they took that away from us, it's really thrown me off my game. And then when they give it back to us, I'm going to be taking my time here on the starting grids, thinking we're going to have 2 laps, and well, they'll just do their best to keep me guessing here as always. We roll into 3 and 4 here for the final time. We're going to see the green flag high, and it'll be ready to fly. We've got 8 laps to play at the Huset Speedway. Heat race number 2 is underway. Matsko trying to make it work here on the bottom early. Man, he hooked it up fairly well coming off the corner, and that's going to be what that 26 wants. Now he can slide up, take it, and chase Matsko. Holds onto the lead while the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux, trying to work that 75 on the bottom. What can he do? New blood here into FTM. The Philly Flyer. Long-time Venom racer, but, you know, as good things all must come to an end. Sometimes people have things pop up in life, and Trevor just racing by himself. Needed to find a new group of homies. And he found one there with the boys at FTM, and oh, man. Little hiccup there from Matsko. That's all Trevor needed. Battle for the lead at the line. Give it to the 75. The Philly Flyer, oh, trying to slide up in front. 3 wide for second. Oh, battling for the lead here. Look at putt-putt on the bottom, the 051, Clay Christopherson. Doing it overtime here. Started 7th. Up, or excuse me, started 7th, up 5 spots. He's up to 2nd. Man, oh man, and he may get one more. He's got time here. What can he do? Looking low through 3 and 4. We're going to see that white flag wave. One more lap to go. Battle on between Full Throttle Motorsports teammates. Putt-putt on the bottom, trying to do just that. Milk it, trying to keep it straight, find speed. What can he do? Side by side at the line. Give it to the Philly Flyer by a nose. Putt-putt P2. The Barber 3rd, Brewer 4th, Matsko 5th, Rayom 6th, and Adam Flieger 7th. Holy you-know-what. What a run, man. Oh, my gosh, what a finish. Between those guys, and, well, you know the deal by now. I sponsor this one. Yeah, I call the shots here. We're not going to go anywhere. We're going to sit right here. I'm going to mute myself so I can grab a drink, maybe partake in some hobbies, and we'll be right back with racing here in about 4 minutes, so don't go anywhere. No kidding, Ron. I'm going to mute myself just to talk to you there quick. No kidding, man. They are serious. And I think it goes back to, you know, you heard, I think it was Dino in his Big Block interview, you know, kind of mentioned how difficult it can be to pass here and work yourself, you know, around that guy in front of you. It's kind of line dependent. So you got to get it while you can in that heat race. And, man, you know, one spot out there is 2 spots in the feature. So you got to go get it. You got to try to work. And that's exactly what we saw there. Both heat races, man. Can't take prisoners here and use it. So got to go get it. Like I say here, grab that drink. I just couldn't help myself. Had to talk to Ron when he chimed in there. But you see the clock. They'll probably, I don't know if they'll advance it at 2 minutes. If they do, it'll catch me by surprise and I'll jump right back here. But I believe they'll probably let this go, you know, let guys use the bathroom, whatever. Maybe cut the, you know, track time with a minute left. I don't know if they'll do that or not, but I would imagine the whole 5 minutes will be used. We'll see here, but I may be false. I may be giving you false information. I may be dragging over from the Full Throttle Motorsports League. Of course, Ron, that is what you pay to see, man. You know, you I mean, how long did we support little Mikey out there? You know, you brought him up for this. You raised him for your Thursday night racing, and he's got to deliver. So I understand. Maybe not fair to Mike, you know, all the pressure we're putting on him, but hey, somebody's got to deliver. You know, pressure makes diamonds. We need Mike to make some diamonds out here tonight. Oh, we got... Get nasty. Now, oh, man, that's not... No, that can't... That's not Sean or Tyler, is it? I should know that name by now. My apologies for not knowing it. Yeah, but see, Ron, the hobby, you know, I've been doing that all night, and that interferes with itself, you know, because I almost forget that it's time for that. Sometimes you just get a little forgetful. That's all. But man, when you go out there and you... Oh, my God. I don't even want to think about golf anymore, but when you go out there and you double bogey every par 3 you come across on the day, you need to do something. Oh, Devin Howard. What? Dude, you need to change that, man. You ain't gonna get nasty anymore. I mean, come on. Can you even do that, Devin? That's a good question. You might be get nasty forever now. You better hope I don't remember that, dude. I'm gonna start calling you nasty on Sundays. I'm not gonna call you the big slow anymore. Oh man, I gotta say that out loud. I really hope I remember that, Devin. I call you Big Nasty from now on. On Sundays, there we go. All right, let's take a look at your ShaggyTV Pro late model starting lineup. Row 7 to the outside, the 38 of Adam Flieger to the inside, the Mayor in the 75, Steve Bixler. Row 6 to the outside, the 444 of Scott Rayome to the inside, the 21 of Blackjack, John Tobias. Row 5 to the outside, the 26 of Chase Matsko to the inside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row 4 to the top shelf, the 390 of Mike Brewer. Pressure's on, Ron says tonight. And to the inside, that 83 of the Spider Monkey. Your pole winner, Brandon Dittmer. Row 3 to the outside, the 16 of the Barber from Canada, Matt Barber to the inside, the 23 of Bart William Watson. Row 2 to the outside, the 051 of Putt Putt Clay Christopherson to the inside, the 31 of B-Temp, Brandon Templeton. Row 1 for your Pro Late Model ShaggyTV feature at the Huset Speedway. To the outside, the 075 of the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. And starting on the pole, the 32 of the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. His drivers pace around one more time. Oh, okay, so you have a derby team. All right. Well, you know, I mean, sometimes you got to pick. Devin, you know, sometimes you're presented with that choice where it's Full Throttle Motorsports or Get Nasty Motorsports. Sometimes it's a broadcaster you never even met who presents you with that choice. And, you know, it's up to you now. Ball's in your court. Because I'll tell you, here we're a little busy. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. We've got 30 laps to play in the clay. Your A-main is underway. Good jump there for the Philly Flyer, doing what he does best. Flying on that high side, trying to get the speed rolling. What can Trevor do here? Trying to bring momentum, get it at the line. He does by a nose, but Anthony Morano working that bottom. Not going to go away easy as the driver of the 32. Slide job for the lead. The Philly Flyer cuts to the inside, give it to the 32 at the line. As Trevor throws a little slide job. Anthony cuts underneath, right back across the nose. And I'll tell you what, Brandon Templeton getting big eyes here. Oh, he's involved. Little contact. There's the Philly Flyer, cuts underneath. Brandon Templeton going to lose a spot, maybe two. Caution flag waves here at the Huset Speedway. Adam Flieger. Ooh, he's missing a nose here. Let's see what happened to the driver of the 38. So Adam driving it in here. We see the mare coming up across. He tightens up, gets into the side of the 38, who then gets hard into the outside wall. Adam Flieger gonna do a roll here. Let's see, is it only one? No, two. Able to land on all fours there, and let's see, could he drive it into the pits? No, I don't think he could. Gonna have to tow that thing, and that's gonna be tough. There for the driver of the 38. But Anthony Morano out front. Oh, Full Throttle Motorsports on top. I dig it. I dig it, Devin. Because I'm a piece of crap. I would have picked the real life team probably. And maybe John, Steven, the boys at Gambler don't want to hear that, but put me back in that real life race car again, man. Oh man, I probably bail on y'all too. Oh man, that's a fix unlike any other. Anthony Morano on the inside here, getting ready to bring us back to the green flag here at the Huset Speedway. Rolling down that backstretch for the final time as you see the Steve King Foundation Pace Trucks lights are out. Hit that inside. Gonna shoot down pit road, and whenever all four tires are off the racing surface, the Ant-Man can hit that throttle and drop it. He lets it loose. We're back underway. 31 of Brandon Templeton trying to hitch a ride here, trying to make a move up the P2. B-Temp has a lot of speed, man. You can see him trying to make it work earlier, but that contact kind of forced him back. And timely caution let him keep his spot. Now Templeton trying to work here, but Trevor, too big a run on that top shelf, and the Philly Flyer trying to set his sights on his teammate in the 32 of Farmer. See a little bit of contact there. Brandon Dittmer and Dean Reynolds, I think, but Dittmer saves it, keeps it straight in the 83. Gonna stick her back down low on the bottom, try looking for some real estate under that 79. Too expensive right now, though. Not gonna make it work. And the Philly Flyer, as close as he's been here to the Ant-Man, he's reeling him in. Maybe gonna have some lap traffic, some help here as Adam Flieger out in front. The Ant-Man blinking a little bit as you see him disappear on your leaderboard and come back. No harm, no foul. He's back. Everything all good. Definitely not a big deal, right now. Not close racing, but there you see the 31 of Brandon Templeton. He gets in the outside wall. That allows Chris Stofferson to try to sing a tune down there on the bottom. What can he do? Thin line, but if anybody can hit it, it's that 51. But man, oh man, you just got to float up. You got to carry that momentum. And 51 not able to do that there out of 4. You can see he's just got to get up there in line. He knew bottom 3 and 4 can't do it. Can maybe flirt with it here in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, man, I got to figure something out. Let's see, he's stuck back on the bottom now because Brandon Templeton's stuck behind a lap car. Using a little pick there is Clay Christopherson. B-Temp ain't gonna like that, but it's smart driving by the 51. And man, just gotta go where they're not. And Clay does that, finds himself now at the bottom of a Full Throttle Motorsports podium. Can he hold off Brandon Templeton here as we come across the line? This time by, we're going to see those cross flags halfway. 15 to go. Let's watch him here from turn 1. You can kind of see how spaced out they are. We let them go by. So Anthony comes in, 2.5 gap. Then we've got Trevor and his teammate right behind him. Putt. Then it kind of gaps up a little bit. You see 4th through 6th, pretty close. There's William Watson, that sixth-place driver. We got Mike Brewer kind of reeling that group in. He's been watching the battle and going on in front of him. So let's hop in. Let's ride around with Mike for a lap. See Brewer working it as close to that hill as he can, man. I mean, you can see there, he bump, 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 bump. Hits the bump coming off the corner, and it lifted up a little bit. You know, that's gonna buck that car around, gonna unsettle it. You're gonna lose some speed doing that. May feel like, you know, it's helping me hook up, but in a place like this, not really gonna help you. And man, Anthony Morano, he don't need no help. 2 seconds out front, dude's gone. Somebody call a doctor here for the Philly Flyer, because he is gonna need some life resuscitated into him here if he wants to run his teammate down. 1.8 seconds back the road, 9 laps to go. William Watson working to the outside of the Barber here. What can he do? America versus Canada. Canada's winning at the moment. That's Matt Barber. Not the highest running Canadian at the moment, though. The Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux, currently P2. Going to take that honor. Only 2 Canadians in the race tonight here out of team drivers, and both in the top 5. So Canada, man, they're showing they can dirt race here with the best of them. Good showing by the Canadian boys. Is Anthony Morano working under blackjack here. John Tobias trying to put him a lap down. This brings us to 5 laps to go as Anthony Morano only wants to see 2 more flags, the white and the checker. We'll have to see how it's going to go for the Ant-Man. We're going to keep our eye on, though, this battle for P2, because Clay has gotten close. And although he may not want to try and make a move here on his teammate, Brandon Templeton may force that hand, because you see the 31 there kind of creeping up in that background. He's trying to inch his way on up in the conversation here for the podium. And now Blackjack with a little bit of a mistake here, just trying to get out of the way of the drivers. Maybe not feeling as comfortable there on the bottom, but he gives them the high side. And Trevor looking to see this white flag fly this time. The battle for P2, but it's all Anthony Morano out front, and that's what it's been since we took the green flag. Anthony started up front, gonna finish there. He takes the checkered flag and brings it home at the Huset Speedway. Followed by the Philly Flyer, Putt Putt, B-Temp, and the Barber, your top 5. Good run by the boys here at Huset's. 1 caution. Man, I'll tell you what, sometimes I want to smash this $140 microphone. I'll tell you what, cutting out on me while I'm talking. Not sure where it lost it, but I guess I get too loud and it makes it a little bad here and cuts it off. But give them their podium, man. Congratulations to the FTM boys. They get their little salute there, and I mean, that's a pretty dang good race, and I think they're all going to be pretty pumped to come up here and give us their interviews. See if we can get a word here with the driver of the 051 Putt Putt, Clay Christopherson. If they weren't in their locked FTM Discord, I would go over and do the interviews in their Discord. Shame on you guys for not counting me as a full FTM driver yet. You know, just giving me privilege in there. The plan is to just, for everyone out there, just to shame them until I have, pretty much every Discord right that there is imaginable over there. And then I can release all those fast setups to the world and, do the world a service. We'll figure out why FTM is so good. And, it can't be their talent. It's got nothing to do with practice, doing a lot of laps. It's definitely the setups. And, maybe I'll one day go over there, be able to Hunt him down, find him. Let's see here. What is Putt Putt doing? He can't act like he didn't have Discord on. I saw him in the FTM Discord. Oh, that dirty dog. He left the FTM General. Where'd he go? All right, well, shame on you, Clay, for not showing up here. All right, don't lie for him. I saw him in your FTM Discord. Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
I have no idea what he's doing, man.
Yeah, well,
I have no idea.
tell him I said to, you know what? I sponsor this. Go to hell, Clay. That was messed up. But hey, Trevor, man, you bring home P2. How you feeling, dude? It seemed like you had a real good battle going on there, but caution flag flew at awkward time, and then it seemed like Anthony, once that pressure was off, man, he was able to just kind of extend that gap. I know it's not fair to you, but that's the way racing goes sometimes. How'd you feel about it though?
Oh, good, man. Overall, great night for me personally, and of course the team. This is definitely. I know this track kind of gets a lot of hate. I find, but this is one of the tracks where I kind of feel pretty comfortable at for being fairly new. Set ourselves good, up good in the heat. I think I won it, and so it started outside pole and kept it out here. It's one of those tracks I kind of wish it was a little more racy, but track position is important here. You kind of you start out front, you got a good chance of starting or finishing out front. But yeah, me and Anthony duking out there for a couple laps, couple sliders. It was fun. Just trying to I was just trying to make it a little fun. I knew he was gonna get her done tonight at least. I saw Clay coming too. It's I thought I was done there, but yeah, I mean, once Anthony's out front here, he's kind of hard to beat. So I kind of knew coming in the future, I was like, okay, I'll hopefully get a second, get talked to my guy Shaggy here, and here I am.
Yeah, and well, I'm sorry, you can probably see what I wrote. Don't say it, but I had to message Clay there in your Discord. But it seemed like, and Ron and I were talking about it, Mike's dad in the chat, and man, it just seemed like Dino had mentioned it a little bit that well, you touched on it. Starting position, everything, man, here at Huset's. Do you think that's why we saw such hard race in there in the heat races?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can even tell you right now, I pushed it probably a little harder than I usually do just to get that outside pole. And you finished second. I think you were starting fourth, so even then it's not terrible. You're on the outside preferred lane, but if you start burying yourself here in qualifying and burying yourself in the heat, it's gonna hurt, especially here. There's other tracks you can get away with it and be fine, but here I don't. In my experience, it's really one of those tracks where if you're starting up front, you're doing good. So it's and I've started mid pack here before in mods and late models, and it's tough, man. There's not a lot of passing going on. It just happened to me in the big blocks. Buried myself and started, I don't know, 8th or 9th or something, and that's where I finished. There wasn't much going on, and that's just the way it is. Nothing wrong with that. Like I said, wish it was a little more racy, but either way, it's a fun track to uh, to race on, especially in these pro lates. It's super fun, and yeah, man, good night overall. Got the win in the 358, so big time stress relief there to get my first win with the boys here, and I think I got like 8th or 9th in the big blocks or something, and then FTM top 3 here, so we'll definitely take it all day.
Damn you! You took that's what I was gonna say to you as the last words. An FTM top 3. You steal my thunder, you jerk. Congratulations, man. That's a heck of a run for the team. A lot of fun to watch, man. Who you want to thank before you get out of here?
Yeah, man. Anytime you're finishing second, but your team is on the podium, that's a win. So we'll definitely take
Ron
it.
is Mike's uncle, by the way. So sorry about that, Ron. You don't want to.
Oh, is it?
You don't. Yeah. He doesn't want to claim Mike. He's his uncle.
Well, I think he was congratulating me on a run there. So thank you, Ron, for that. And yeah, just gotta thank all the guys here at FTM. It's a great group to be a part of. The guys know how badly I wanted my first one, and finally got it. So thanks to those guys for, being supporting me. I kind of felt like I was never gonna get one, so to finally get one, it feels good. So thanks to those guys. Great team, great group of guys. Shout out Anthony, shout out Clay. Great runs to those guys. Dean Reynolds with the Super Dirt Car Series, always love that guy. Thank you, Dean. Expert Installation, Castleberry Flagstone, Swan Speed Shop, Vertex Graphics. I'm forgetting guys, but everyone who makes this stuff possible. Thank you, Shaggy, very, very much for sponsoring these pro lates. You know how much that means to us. So yeah, we really appreciate it. And thanks to everyone at C2C for putting this stuff on for us.
I'll tell you what, I may suck at them, okay, but these things are fun to drive, and I do, these are kind of a staple, man. I know we don't have the crowds we used to have here for these, but man, you can drive one of these. I think it's got a characteristics of a little bit of everything. I really like this thing. It's a lot of fun to watch, and man, you guys put on a good show once again. Hell of a job, Trevor. I know it's not this league, man, but this Sunday, dude, 100 laps. We excited about it? Lots of guys in this race are going to be over there at Oswego, man. How are we going to play that thing Sunday?
Sunday? What's Sunday?
That FTM league. It's your championship.
Oh yeah.
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah. I didn't even know it was our championship night. But is it 100 laps at Oswego?
100 lappers starts at 5 o'clock, brother.
Oh, that should be real fun. I'm not a huge fan of Oswego, but I mean 100 laps anywhere is a blast if you ask me. Tire saving comes into play, and really brings out the big boys. So
yeah. Now with it being 100 laps, do you think there's a chance anybody goes with a small block, or do you think it'll be a big block? I'm gonna ask Anthony. I'm gonna ask Anthony the same thing. I just didn't know.
Yeah, ask him. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, that track's gonna be so blown off. I mean, you probably could get away with a 358, honestly. But Anthony's probably your guy to answer that one for sure.
Yeah, kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking guys like Sam Bachman will throw a surprise, maybe go in that small block, but we'll see. Anyways, congratulations, Trevor. Good run, man. Can't wait to talk to you again, brother.
Thank you, Shaggy.
The Philly Flyer bringing home P2, and now we're gonna let's hear it. There we go. Quick time. The Ant-Man. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. It looked like we had a battle on our hands, but then a caution flag flew, and you said, all right, Trevor, I know you want this first win, but, man, it ain't going to be here. You drove away, dude. 2-second lead. How are we feeling, man? Are you pushing the wrong button by any chance, Anthony? Because I see you're lit up. Go check your mic settings. You're lit up like you're talking, but I don't hear you. Discord's been doing that to me when I hop from room to room sometimes, unrecognizing my mic, and I have to go in there to my sound settings. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened to him. Now, I can see you turning green. Let's see here. We got nothing but time. Let the man work with it a little bit. I mean, what's the rush, ladies and gentlemen? Just chill out. Ron, no, man. Now's the time, dude. We gotta give you the Discord. Maybe.
Okay, how about now?
Oh yeah, we got you now. I was just digging at Ron. He's got a lot to say. I accidentally called made him claim Mike as, Ron being his father. He chimed in real quick. He said, no, I'm the uncle. And got a lot of stuff to say about Brewer. I'm gonna have some fun. We're going to get Ron in the booth here one of these weeks, I think. But Anthony, man, dude, you heard what I said there. I mean, it looked like, you were going to have your hands full. But the caution flag waves, and then, man, you just hit another gear that nobody else had. And, I mean, whether you want to admit it or not, you even started to take it a little easy there at the end, and you were rolling, dude. 2 seconds up the road. I mean, how good did the car feel?
Yeah, it felt real good. That's the serious downfall with the you have to wait till the green flag comes out on the initial start. I couldn't drive in deep in 1 and 2 and try to just work my way across and be able to run the line I wanted to run without parking it on Trevor's nose too much. But he did get his first win as an FTM driver this week, so he did get it at the 358s tonight.
That doesn't count. I wasn't there. I don't count that.
Yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. Then yeah, I'll just have to keep
That's
locking them out
that's
as long as I can.
that's the only one I didn't watch, man. Way to look like a dummy. So that makes sense as to why Trevor kind of he alluded to kind of winning tonight, but I didn't pick up on what race it could have been in there because I knew you were talking. I mean, well, there I kind of want to ask you about him too there, just because he doesn't race in these a lot. Dude, how shocked were we seeing the Spider Monkey go out there and qualify P1? I mean, Brandon Dittmer never runs these things, and it just seemed like, man, maybe tonight was going to be his night. I mean, you talked to me about how good he was in the big block earlier. Good run out of him. What's it like seeing him out here in a late model?
You don't. Yeah, you definitely don't see Dittmer out here very much in the late models. Love for him to come out more. I know we got a lot of seat time running hometown heroes last season here, so I know he knows the track pretty good. He knows where the lines are going to be, so it gives him a huge advantage over most of us. So, but yeah, I didn't get to watch the big block race. I had dog duty, so I know he won. So big, tip of the cap to him beating see beat Bart and Dino there, and so that's definitely never a small feat to do. Bart's pretty damn quick, you know that. So yeah, I mean, with the late model though, I mean, I knew it's going to be bottom 1 and 2 and top and 3 and 4, so I just needed to get to that lane as quick as I could and just hit my marks and trying to go airborne into corners, hitting the lip on going into 1 and stay out of the wall in 4 and keep it nice and straight and away I go.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there. Bottom 1 and 2, top 3 and 4. Did you kind of figure that out in practice, or is this kind of a characteristic of this track? Because I honestly, man, I thought you guys would be beating down the top the whole way around. I was kind of surprised to see you work in both lanes.
I actually found that in a non-wing 360 race here with Coast to Coast last season. It's worked pretty good so far every time I've come here, so I just figured might as well stay with that. Doesn't really matter what the cars. There's the most bite down on the bottom 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 if you're not up top. It seems to be a bit of a struggle on exit. So just keep the momentum that way, and just don't screw up turn 1 on the inside, and you'll be fine.
Well, man, you did exactly that, and you look damn good tonight. I mean, walking out at a racetrack like this with lap traffic to a 2-second lead says a lot about that speed you had tonight, Anthony. Hell of a run, man. Congratulations. Who you want to thank?
I got to thank my wife, Sherry. The boys are there at FDM. The Super Dare Car, Swan Speed Shop, High Mom Lens, DJ Sim Shop, Vertex Graphics, Expert Installation, Shaggy TV. Shaggy, you for sponsoring the late models here and broadcasting so I can go back and watch, and everyone behind the scenes at Coast to Coast.
Yeah, hey, man, I got one more thing to ask you before I kick you out of here. I asked Trevor the same thing. No, it's not the same league, but plenty of guys in this race here are going to run that on Sunday. 100 laps, man, at Oswego. I know it's a bigger racetrack, but boy, oh boy, man, 100 laps, that's a lot of work on that track. Any thought of coming out there in a small block this Sunday, or are we big block the whole way?
I would go big block, but I'll be at work, so I'm not going to be there for it. I'm going to miss it.
Oh, man, that's right. I forgot you started that new job. Darn it. I didn't mean to bring up bad memories, Anthony.
Yeah, killing me.
Well, hey, man, at least you got the win here tonight, and can't wait to talk to you again, brother. You know you're a lot of fun out there. You always put on a good show. Great job tonight, man.
Thanks a lot, Shaggy.
Yeah, man, Anthony Morano bringing home the checkered flag here to cap the night for Thursday Night Thunder on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. If you're still here, well, thank you for tuning in, sitting through all that BS, listening to me gossip with my friends. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm Zach Chapman with ShaggyTV saying have a good night, and we'll see you next Monday. For what do we call Monday Night Madness? Oh, drawing a blank. My man Marty will be here. Maybe I'll show up and race a little bit. Who knows? But until then, have a good one.